Oops. Hey guys, it's Coolio. I accidentally started with my mic way up on my head and tried to talk for a little bit. Anyway, we're playing Dominions 4. We are sieging in Llama, and as you can see, we probably won this because the entrance to the fortifications is being breached, but let's go check out the battle real quick. I think they've taken most of their troops out, and there's not much here, and that seemed to be correct. So we should be able to reclaim this province without too much effort. We're not holding back. We're bringing all of our troops forward now. We really want to claim this keep as fast as possible. Good blade win there. I feel like we do have a couple losses in this. Less good blade win there. Still, every blade win counts. And there we go. Minotaurs they're angry, running people over. They're also poisoned due to, yeah, I guess that's one of the problems with running with the Satis. If you don't like poison, not gonna get along. Okay, so big army here. Still got a couple of guys back here which we couldn't grab, or they retreated, one of the two. I think they retreated. Anyway, one thing, I got a new guy, Lulu. Kind of like that name, so we're going to call him Mag Lu. Oh, wait, no, he gets a capital letter at least. Show a little respect. He's another good earth mage. I'm going to have him start making magical items because we've got a new level. And maybe there's some good stuff available to us. Some of which we probably won't have strong enough magic to get to. Oh, that looks really cool. Skull face. Horde of skeletons. Okay, a lot of this not available to us. Or at least we're not strong enough to do anything with. Green Dragon Scale Mill. Poison resistance. It'd be good if we ever got a hero that was not a Satis. What do we got down here? Boots of Quickness, that could be good. No, it's map move. Plus it gives quickness, so yeah, that's a pretty good thing, but requires 2 in water magic, and at least he does not have that. Now, here, more importantly, the miscellaneous items. So there's a water magic bonus. If I produce that, then he can produce his boots. So that's one way to go. Bottle of living water. This summons a water elemental. King's Goblet. What does that do? Enable the commander to travel underwater with any army consisting up to 50 human-sized troops. That allows us to go in the water. Skull Mentor. This gives research, not that great. I might grab this ring and then let him make some boots the next turn. So, these guys probably going to want to take back their castle or attack one of the spots that I've left a little weaker. I'm going to move Fork up to aid in this battle. We are not starving. Our supply usage is pretty good. That's a good sign. We're going to bring as many mages forward as we can to help. Once we breach these walls, it's going to be a challenge just taking the castle itself. The walls are the people outside the walls are the first battle. The second battle is the walls. And the third battle is what's inside the walls. So, 3-step process to get this province for myself. Good news is we've got an extra temple up here, spreading more of our dominion. Not having a lot of effect though. It's really strong back in this area. I don't know. But I think I'll have this mage, Father Nivea, probably stay where he is and keep preaching the glory of my Lord Bamani. And I think all our spare money needs to be going into troops. We've calmed down on the troops back here, and that's probably for the best. Still getting some of the sacred troops. Good music. But we want to build up our main force, I think. So, where do we start with that? We'll probably take this back down to 1. We just needed a couple to replenish what we lost. And then, I say we focus on heavy infantry. Resources will run out, but we'll put the rest of it in defenses. Not a bad way to go. 60 here. Let's see if we can get to 60. Nope, just barely. It's good. Those are really hard to tackle at 60. They need to take a pretty impressive force. Sadly, no defense, no help with defense here, so if they're going to attack anywhere, it's going to be here with the main army. Okay, let's move forward. Looking at my clock, it's 1:30 in the morning where I'm at. No matter what I do, I'm going to end this game before the night's over. I'd hate to have to do a weasel strategy where I just run for their throne and try and claim it, but if they prove to be too much of an effort, I might end up doing that. There is a battle in Lama, so this is them trying to break my siege. Let's see what they brought. It's probably terrifying. It sure is. But I'd say we're at a pretty even match now. I forgot to spread out these mages. Really need to do that. I think it'll make a nice difference. Though our left flank is a bit weak. Okay. The archers, once again, same as the last fight. The archers is what's going to either make or break this fight. Other than that, not too frightening looking. Let's get a little closer. A little far. There we go. Well, maybe not that close. We want to see some of this. So, lots of legions of steel, Stygian skin, all kinds of good stuff there. Blessings coming out. Enlarge. Oh, they're buffing their own team. There's the arrows coming down, doing some big damage. Pretty susceptible to that. Minotaur is going to get some wolf action coming in here pretty soon. There's a bolt of unlife. Doing a little damage. My mages still aren't the most amazing thing ever. Breath of the Dragon coming out. I'm going to take a look at these units and see what kind of effects that may or may not have had. There we go. So, looking at this, I'm not seeing anything. If it does damage, I don't see it. If it poisons, I don't see it either. Maybe I'll stop using that spell. I want something that does damage or inhibits them even more. Archers hurt. Some protection against archer fire would probably be very warranted. Something I should have looked into before this fight. Shadow bolts coming out. A little less effective as the bolt of a knife. Another breath of the dragon. Whether it has an effect, I do not know. Maybe it lowers defense, but it just doesn't tell me. Nice blade wind. It's coming from Bomeni. Okay. Armies are clashing. We got the first strike on that too, so big good thing just happened. Poison running through the ranks. Very good for us. Arrows to the face. Not so good. Let's speed this up a little more. Getting later in the game. More mages, more archers. Tends to slow down these battles a little bit. Man, the slaves are really doing work right now. The archers still doing work. Yeah. Really a battle between the archers and the slaves. And a good blade wind every now and then. Not too bad. Looking good. Some more poison. Some banishments. I don't know what that's doing. Do we have any log dead in here? I don't think so. There might be some in there. We have death mages, and I see a couple actually. So my death mages are probably animating dead. The priests are trying to deal with it, but that just slows them down for my other units. Oh look, there's some minotaurs down in the bottom berserking. That's what that red is. Oh, poor guy. That one's having none of it. He's trampling through them. See how long he lasts. Well, no more minotaur. That's fine. He was getting poisoned by our own troops, so... Okay, we've met with their archers. We're sick of their shit, and we're not going to take it anymore. We're going to gut them with tridents. And anger. As it should be. It's going to be a good win for me. Every troop they lose is a victory. Look at all them smites coming out there. Still, we lost our share as well. They, however, lost 243. I only brought 307 to that fight. Kind of shows just how much they're hurting now. We lost 107. We're up 100 on that one. Pretty decent units. We didn't lose any of the really important commanders, our experienced leaders. Lost quite a few elite warriors, slave units. Not too bad. I can live with that. Lost all the Minotaur. Some more Sacred Serpents, that's unfortunate, but... The entrance to the fortification has been breached. We can storm their castle, so we're going to do that. We're going to take this castle. Now, storming a fortification, pretty dangerous. Luckily for us, all they've got is some storage facilities. Not so much as far as tower defense, like this one up here. We've got gatehouse, towers, killing ground. Attacking a castle like this would be much harder than one like what we're going for. So, let's look at the army real quick. Looking pretty hurt, not gonna lie. Any of these guys that are like on somebody less effective, we want to swap them around. The 2 morale as opposed to 2 morale. Is he lost? He's got his Horn of Valor. It's funny. Maybe through experience and leveling, he's giving more morale than before? I think so. Maybe. Anyway, I think we'll we'll keep them in separate ones. I think that's 2 different morale pools that we're pulling from. So if one breaks, the other one might stay. I don't know if that has any truth to it, but I like to think it will. One thing I could do is spread out these elite warriors a bit. Alright, 14. This is annoying. I could just do that. No, don't want to do that. There we go. He's at 12. It says +1 here. Lost an arm. Strength -1. Can't use as many items as before. Not like he had much. He only needs 1 arm to wield that trident. He can do some tail swipes. 12 morale. It looks like we are getting more morale out of this unit. I'm still on the fence whether that whip of command is better or worse for my troops. Maybe before they broke for other reasons. $14, $13, $13. And all these are experienced. This is a double experienced unit. Probably where the 14 comes from. I'll have to look at it next time I get in a battle. That's where I really need to be checking the morale. Because it probably adds in when they get in the combat. Alright. Ladu. Oh yeah, and his is totally different just because he's a lizard hero. Would these troops be better off in his group then. As opposed to the lesser morale that they're getting. Maybe I just shift some things around. I don't know. I thought about this for too long. Let's set this up. Attack. Closest. We're just going to keep them with the lizard hero. Now, we're going to look into magic. Breath of the Dragon, I'm not convinced. Let's swap that up. What are other options? We want them doing damage or summoning units. The poison clouds could be really good, and I think that's where we go. The skeletons not so much. Animate, dead. No. If we could do shades, that would be nice. Not really. We're going to do poison clouds. So 2 casting poison clouds, 1 casting panic, and 2 with shadow bolts and bolts of unlife. Let's take a look at that again. So shadow bolts seem less effective. Where is it in here? Or shadow blast. Oh. Which one have I been doing? I don't know. Ignores armor. Can paralyze. Bolt of unlife. Passes straight through armor. The target is slain. He's filled with energies and he's filled by the energies from the spell and rises as a soulless warrior. That's pretty cool. And the shadow bolt. So, range 30. Number of effects 1, precision 3. I feel like that should be hitting more often. Shadow blast, range plus 30. Area of effect even better. Fatigue cost is way up. Damage. But it says requires a death gem, so that's why I can't cast that. 220. The bolt of unlife 20. I think I'm gonna stick with more bolts of unlife. We'll throw 1 shadow bolt in there just for good measure, but a little more on this side of things. We'll leave the other one the same. It'll be fine. Okay. Let's spread these mages out. And we need to move that group down a bit. So this one's up in the top. Simi. Bone Lord. A little lower. Ia. A little lower. Bubba. I want you right in the middle. Somewhere around here. And Fork. Towards the south. The Wadget. Let's get him a little closer. A little this side. Where's this army up to the side? I need them in here. The thing with fighting a fort, we're going to have a lot of people running into what would be a gate right in the middle, and everybody standing on the side, they're going to have to filter through the gate. They don't get as much action as what's through the middle. So I'm actually thinking, I push more towards the middle. It makes sense. Maybe I put his unit a little more in here and I move that unit down some. The question is, where is that unit? Right here. It's going to leave this bottom side a little bit less so, but that'll be alright. And actually, maybe I put the main slaves right out front and move the other ones off to the side. I think I do. We still want these things close enough to be firing. Maybe a little off to the side. These a little higher. Somewhere in here. These a little off to the side. These units, I don't even have orders. Oh, these are the ones that come in to reinforce, so we'll drop them wherever they fit. In there. One in there. That'll be fine. Okay. I think we're prepared for this. Or as good as we're getting at the moment. So we're going to go here. We're going to select all these units. Sieges are so hard. We're going to storm the castle. They might bring some units in to attack us. We'll see how that goes. We got another mage. He is actually a 2 in water already. It's pretty cool. I could actually make him 3 in water by giving him this. That might open some new stuff up. His name's Shaz. Let's name him. Shaz is okay. Not like that. And let's take him, see what we can do with him. Forge magic item to start with. Haste boots would be nice. So we'll do that. And on you, we've already looked through these, and I don't think there's anything big that I need forged immediately. These cauldrons might be worth it. If I have nature magic 3. He does, doesn't he? Yeah. Just for the more supplies. It says it's not popular, but I'm not seeing it in these stats. And it gives 100% supply bonus, which is just absolutely amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and make one. I might make a couple. What else can we do? We're still pumping out more mages, and we want more troops. Pretty simple. No, well, can't afford no more. That'll work. With the extra gold, probably more defense. Always good. Actually, these areas are undefended, like a dummy. So let's do that instead. Quite an oversight. At least they've got something up here. They're not on the front. It's not too important right yet. I think 60 is pretty high. I do fear for them coming into this bottom portion now, so whatever we can get, an extra 2, we'll stick with it. Alright. We'll end the turn. You see this battle? Resolving battle. It's a pretty big one. That was a smaller one. Well, it didn't last that long. Didn't seem like it. Okay, we're being attacked in llama. Oh my. That's not good. This is right before we actually go inside the fortress. So they could have weakened us pretty hard before we actually got to fight. And it looks like they did. Now, I would say we won this fight by the fact that we went into the siege, but chances are whatever was left after this fight was not good enough to win the siege. So lots of big elephants, a lot of the units we've seen so far, archers and the like. We're going to do our best, and I'm going to speed this up a bit. Ooh, them elephants are just going to be really vicious. Watch them. They're going to be very noisy. The sound effects on them are kind of silly. Shadow Bolt's doing nothing. And I'm surprised if we did win this fight. Oh, this is a province defense, isn't it? Is it? No. Oh, okay, never mind. The elephant's routed, that's good. No, this is our main force. It seems smaller than I thought. I was thinking that because we went inside the castle, but we don't have a province defense here, so that wouldn't make any sense. Let's go faster. Not a good on them slaves. The archers are just so vicious for us. Yeah, I have a feeling even if we got inside the castle after this fight, we don't have the forces left to win the fight. Especially if they leave and go somewhere else, which they might. And we actually got routed. How about that? We got a mage down here who's fatigued. Oh, and he's leaving. That's good. Well, dang. I wonder what that did. Who went inside the castle? That's a good question. Because right here we see there was a battle there. Huh. Okay, let's look at this. They lost 147. We lost no commanders. That's good. Lost a ton of elite warriors, though. Couple troops. Not too bad. What was in this battle? I'm so curious now. We got chased out of the area before we did our siege. Did we just appear there again? It looks like it. So, look into the siege. This is what a castle normally gets, is arrows that they'll be raining down on us throughout the battle. Inside the fortress, not too much. It might be hope that we win this. Let's speed up. They're blessing, they're casting protection, but their force is not too big. Us taking that big hit before coming in here was not helping, though. Bolt of a Nice not doing too much there, but we did make it through the castle. Usually it becomes this big cluster right at the gate where only a few people get to attack, and the other ones are just taking archery fire and stuff like that, not able to do much. And they'll usually rout before they ever get through the gate, but once you're through the gate, the battle becomes much easier. And them just not having many troops in here is definitely a benefit for us. Lots of banishments going on us, it seems like. Lots of panics. It's not over yet. If our slaves are out, this battle becomes very difficult. But it looks like we're going to make it back there. Ooh, never mind. Looks like we're turning around. Maybe they were attacking? Nope. Some of them are retreating. But we're closing in and killing them off. Good. So I wonder what happened there. It looks like we took the province, but we were also kicked out of the province in an unusual event. The important thing would be taking the fortress. They lost 53, we lost 51. Pretty bad. Well, even if we took the province, it'll take a bit to build up that army again. Unexpected event in Deadlands. A warlock has been caught red-handed. His virgin followers are now kept in your dungeon. We got blood slaves. Well, we're not using them. An unexpected event has occurred in Epernia. A sectarian movement has emerged in this province. Their false province... Private... Golly. I'm not talking very well. Basically, we lost some dominion. Oh, well. A sneaking enemy was discovered by a local militia in a certain area in Epernia. Ooh. Oh, that's the prophet and his heretics. So it looks like he built up an army and attacked us inside of our own area. Sadly for him, this is one of our biggest province defenses, so didn't stand a chance. This little priest of zealots. I'm just gonna watch this. I like to watch heretics die. Non-believers. For great glory. Okay, we've taken it. And this is such a strong spot to be. Yeah, we've taken some huge damages to get here. But we've really pushed up the front line. And we've got the fort to defend it now. And good province defenses. Big thing now is build up our armies, build up this fortress, and get it strong enough to continue pushing out. We'll push out in threes, get the next bit, the next bit. Eventually, they'll be so crushed they won't even be able to mount a good defense against us. So, in the light of that, let's start province defense. Push the button. Pushing so hard. Okay, 38. It was all my treasury. So it won't be many soldiers this turn. And in fact, I kind of want to start building here because these are closer to the front line. More beneficial. We've lost a lot of stuff. Let's take all these units and throw them in with him. Okay. So here, what can we recruit? We can recruit the important things in this and the slaves. We can't do the sacred serpents without a temple, but that'll be fine. We'll get that soon. We can't do mages without a laboratory. We don't need many as far as commanders. We need basic units, namely elite warriors. So we're going to come back here and we're going to turn this recruitment off. We're going to take anything we can get. Oh, well, we're going to look at this new guy first. Ooh, we got Astral. Nice. It's not going to do a whole lot for us, but it's kind of nice to have. So we're going to rename this guy. Oh, he's an Astral Mage. I can't think of anything. Fina? Okay. Fina, the mage. They're going to grab what they can, which isn't much. They have very poor leadership. But actually, once again, more importantly, we want these serpents in the front line. They'll take everything they can get and they're going to bring it forward. And they can move pretty fast through here. That's very good for us. Around here, Father Nivea. He's going to move up here. And because he's in a forest, I guess that's slowing him down. Or maybe he's just slow to begin with. But the good news is he might be able to pick up a couple people here. Okay, and with that extra gold treasury, we're going to go up another 2 here. Get to at least 40 and recruit soldiers. Not getting too many resources here, but not too bad either. As long as we don't lose anything, we'll be doing pretty good. Now, one thing, if they attack this, they've got to fight our 40 province defense. But all of our troops that are inside the castle, they're not going to participate in the battle unless we put them on patrol. Now, if they did manage to destroy the province defense and get into this area, we would lose our current province defense and have to spend money on it again. So I do think for that very reason, it's to our advantage to take a couple of these units who are good in battle, not you, you, and put them on patrol. Maybe a couple mages as well. Well, I can get the mages better at doing other things. We get Lugal building that temple. We'll take all but one mage. And Bomani. And put all of them to patrol. So if we're attacked, they're going to help fend off that attack and probably be enough to hold it out in addition to our defense. And that way we don't lose the money we put into that until we get it up to something ridiculous like 60. Out of that, other than that, I mean, how much money we got? Not much. Sadly, that actually takes away from us being able to construct anything, so I guess that means that they're on patrol as well. fine. We might be able to construct some basic things. A gatehouse would be nifty, but we don't have the money for it. He's no use in a battle. So we'll end it with that, I think. Back here, we are getting some neat troops up. And actually, that is one thing that he can do, is to start moving back and collect these troops. And anything we've got left over. And move them to the front line. And then we'll stop construction back here. Even if they're sacred units. But maybe I'll swap. Get some, at least as many of these poison slingers as possible. That he can bring forward. And we'll end that turn. And I need to end this episode. Yet again, I've gone pretty far over. So thanks for watching. See y'all in the next one. Later.